I'm Jacob Hamilton,
And I'm Hidro Joseph.
and welcome back to the Hardwood Huddle, a basketball podcast where we break down the latest news and games in the NBA and basketball world. Hidro, how you doing, man?
Man, I feel shorter than you. What's going on? Are you standing up
I'm sitting down.
oh Lord. Look like you staring above me. Let me know when it's raining, bro.
Hey, all right, no doubt I will do that. But today is going to be a shorter episode. We don't have any DVRs today, but just kind of wanted to start this out because I forgot this on the last episode. Make sure to use our affiliate link in the description for Opus Clips. I forgot to say that last episode, and I think the episode prior. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Also helps us out a lot. All right. So we're gonna start in with this list that I saw on Twitter the other day. Let me pull up the tweet on my phone just so I have like the guy who actually made the list. This list is from the goats of ball, and this is the caption that came along with this list. And this list, hold on, let me pull up the banner that I have made for it. Just best players from the 2000s. I'll take that off because it's covering half the screen. All right, this is what he says. The real list. This comes with a guarantee that I can back each one of these selections. What with more players, coaches, GMs, and in-game announcers agreeing with me than you can for whoever you think was better at any given year. Good luck and Godspeed. So, as you can see on this list, we'll just run through it really quickly for the people who aren't looking at the screen. Obviously, I'm just not going to name off the years. It starts at 2000 and ends at 25. So, Shaq, Kobe, 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 LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis, and then the last four are Nikola Jokic. Opening thoughts here, Joe.
The best player in the NBA during this span. Uh so basically they're saying in the last 25 years, there's only been three, four, five, six players who've been the best in the NBA in the last 25 years, despite the fact we've had a number of different MVPs along the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of see where I'm going there, in that just seems a little a little suspect to say the least. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's saying the very least there. But
Yeah, no doubt. And alarm is going off. That's what happens when you live in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. You hear a lot of car alarms going off. But no, I mean, obviously, if you guys can see on the list, like he said, there's only one, two, three, four, five, six different players that have been the best in the NBA since 2000 to 2025, which, like Hidro said, I completely disagree with this list as well. I don't think if you saw our top 15 list, I had Kobe pretty low on there, but I don't think Kobe had the crazy reign from 2001 to 2011 like this list has it. And then this comes from a LeBron fan too. I think there's some years in this LeBron timeline that LeBron wasn't the best player in the NBA, and obviously MVPs don't mean that you're the best player in the NBA, but yeah, just notable names we're missing out on this list right now. I mean, it's Steph Curry, Kevin
oh,
Durant.
you're talking about low hanging fruit. Hold on, let's reverse this whole argument. So let's break it down. So tell me one more time who came up with this list. First of all,
The goats of ball on Twitter.
okay. So if we're gonna break it down, let's just look at the individual names. So we see Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
How many of these, like, which one of these, like, should just not be on the list at all?
Um, I mean, a lot.
Just individual names,
Oh,
individual
just
names
individual names. I think.
out
I
of the
think.
six.
I think the Kawhi list, the Kawhi, even though because that was that crazy Kawhi run year.
We're
Uh,
still on the same page, man. Yeah,
uh,
keep going, keep
yeah. I
going.
mean, he had a and no, this is not hate on Kawhi because he's one of my favorites when he's healthy. Oh my gosh, we're getting text messages. Um, No, Kawhi, a favorite player of mine, and obviously that 2019 playoff run where he eventually beat the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. But I don't think he was the best player in the NBA in 2019, and I feel like a lot of other people can agree with that as well. So, I mean, you open it up. Who do you think should replace this 2019 Kawhi Leonard?
While I discuss it, could you please look up because how many games did Kawhi Leonard play that year?
Oh,
So
oh,
while he's looking that up, um, just want to preface this by saying it appears that this list is referring to, like, when you see Shaq in 2000, it's talking about the 1999 2000 season, not talking about the 2000 2001 season,
yeah.
and so on and so forth for all the other names.
And so for that 2019 Kawhi Leonard, which would be the 18-19 season,
Yes,
he played 60 games.
thank you. That tells you everything you need to know about the list right off the top. I know for a fact that he was hurt during the San Antonio Spurs, the final the final years he was in San Antonio. A lot had to do with the Zaza Pachulia going underneath him, and it started a trend of injury uh, injuries for him. So Zaza Pachulia was a forward who played for the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors were playing the Spurs in the conference finals, were getting drubbed up by San Antonio and Kawhi Leonard, and they were gonna kill him. And Zaza Pachulia slid his foot under Kawhi Leonard's jump shot on a corner three, and he sprained his ankle out for the series. And Golden State eventually won that series and went on to win the championship that year. Um, I believe that was 2017 or 2018. Anyways, Kawhi Leonard was struggling with various injuries and had friction with the San Antonio Spurs doctors. He had his own doctors that were looking at him, and he ended up saying that, hey, he did not want to continue being with the Spurs, and the Spurs took that opportunity to trade him for DeMar DeRozan. Up north, the Toronto Raptors were willing to do the deal without a guarantee that he would come, they sign an extension and play longer. So he was there on the last year of his deal. Yes,
Mhm.
he went on to win a championship with the Toronto Raptors that year. However, the Raptors had him on load maintenance that whole year to try to get him healthy and prepared to be able to play come playoff time.
Yeah.
So we're talking about an entire 82 game season, and he only played 60 games of it. He wouldn't have been eligible for any postseason awards had the current CBA been in place that year,
Yeah.
as he would have been played under 65 games. And so this 2019 Kawhi Leonard is simply based off of his playoff run, which wasn't particularly spectacular, by the way. It just had some spectacular moments,
Yeah. I
but
had moments.
it if you look at the averages, it wasn't like he was averaging 30 and 20 or something crazy like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna just cut to this really quick. Just so I'm gonna name off this stat line, and I'm gonna tell you if you can name the player. We'll start with hold on, let me make sure. I have the exact stat line here. I'm rounding these stats as well. 7 rebounds and 8 assists a game, along with 36 points. Who do you think would have been that player in that same exact season that he's referring to Kawhi being the best in?
Shoot,
36 points.
36. Whew, that sounded like that was the James Harden year.
Yeah, that was the James Harden year. So let me pull back up this list here. So just to kind of scrub Kawhi's name off this list, and I hate to say that because I am a Kawhi fan. James Harden was the best player in basketball that year, and he was the best player in basketball debatably the year before. Obviously, LeBron James is still in the conversations then, but it's James Harden in 2019. I'm sorry to say it. I don't know if you agree with me, but for me, it has to be James Harden.
All right. Well, we're saying what we disagree with. I guess in order to kind of get this argument to a positive angle before we go just super negative, because we could do that. What parts of the list did you like?
Let me pull up the list. Obviously, I think the 2000 Shaq fits there as well. I think a majority of these Kobe years fit as well, and obviously LeBron. I believe that Giannis was the best. Never mind. I think Giannis was debatably the best in 2020. And I think 22, 23, 24, 25, Nikola Jokic, obviously, he's been the best player in basketball since that year. And that's, in my opinion, undeniable.
Yeah, so 2023, Joel Embiid won the MVP,
Yes.
but Jokic won the championship.
Yep.
And then those other years, he won the MVP, 22, 24, not 25. 25 was SGA
Yep.
this year. Um, I believe that, and this is coming from somebody who wrote for BellyUpSports.com that gave his criteria for why he felt that Joel Embiid just slid by Nikola Jokic in that MVP season. Nikola Jokic was still the better player. Um, just
Yeah.
maybe not the most valuable player of the season that year, and that could happen, which is why you see Kobe and LeBron in a lot of spots, even though the MVP of the season might have been different than what's listed.
Yep.
So, with that
Oh,
being said, I do agree with the back end of this list
yep.
from 2022 to 2025, and I do agree with the Shaq in 2000. Um, Shaq was injured for a lot of the 2001 season, I believe, and like off and on, I think he had a toe injury.
Yeah.
That he had a hard time putting pressure on that. But then come playoffs, they came back and romped, um, and nobody could touch them from the hot Sacramento Kings team.
Yeah.
Swept Tim Duncan Spurs, same. I believe that was a sweep, if not a gentleman's sweep. Um, we're talking about 2001, right? Yeah, I mean they stomped all the way and only lost one game to Allen Iverson's Sixers game one in overtime.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then Shaq won the Finals MVP. Basically, what I'm saying is a dominant Shaquille O'Neal was probably the best player that year. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say that was Kobe. 2003. I mean, did you want to break down anything? You let me know how what particular years stood out to you as like
Yeah.
fishy.
And
Let's
so,
stick, let's stick with the Lakers years. We agree
okay.
on 2000, but 2001 to 2011.
Yeah, so obviously preface this, I can't really talk too much about anything probably up until 2011 realistically. I mean, I was born in '04. I'm a youngin' to myself and an unk is what my sister says, but I'm not. So obviously I don't have too much to say. And I'd have to go back and obviously watch a bunch of tapes here, but you know, I like I previously said, I don't think there's a chance. Maybe I'm really really wrong here. I think there were some years that maybe Kobe Bryant wasn't the best player in basketball from 2001 to 2011. And I probably I can't give you the exact names of who that's going to be, and I'm not going to be like, oh, these are who it should have been in those years. Like I'm not. I wasn't around then for basketball. Like
I
that wasn't my thing.
I can speak to a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's you.
so
I got like 13 all the way to 25, 12, and I'm in there.
in my opinion, I feel like the guy who put this list together was probably around your age. Um,
Yeah,
and
I wonder.
he doesn't remember 2002, 2003 Tim Duncan.
Yep.
Um, Tim Duncan was the best player in basketball, both sides of the ball, actually. Um, before you started getting into the Ben Wallaces, the Ron Artest, and all that stuff that were uh, dominating a lot of the defensive end 2004, 2005. Jermaine O'Neal's in that group. Kevin Garnett is in that group.
That was a name I was
Ke-
going to mention.
Kevin Garnett won the MVP in 2004 and
Yep.
took his team to the conference finals that year. I think he was pretty dominant,
Yeah.
even though they lost to the Lakers in that conference finals. Lakers made the finals. I'm personally look. I'm not gonna say that Kobe Bryant was the best player in basketball coming off of uh, an injury and suspect activity going on in Colorado over that summer.
Yeah.
If he was, then guess what? He would have been playing in the Olympics that summer instead
Yeah.
of that 2004 Olympic team getting the bronze medal. And everybody would have been parading his jersey around as opposed to, you know, back then I saw a lot of Shaq jerseys. I saw a lot of LeBron jerseys.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade jerseys were popping up there at that point.
Two of those names I was gonna mention once we got up once because
Yes.
I was racking my mind. I was like player. I'm like like I know names. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Then when you start getting into like 2005, 2006, um, now you start getting into Dirk Nowitzki, the Dwayne Wade runs in which he ended up winning the championship in 2006. Obviously, I'm a Miami Heat fan, so I'm quite familiar with his uh his prowess in that era, except for the 2007 2008 season in which he was hurt and they only won 19 games. Ended up with the number 2 pick in Michael Beasley.
Yeah.
Uh, they the I would say Kobe Bryant, believe he got that 81-point game in 05-06 season, and they
Maybe.
still ended up losing in like the first round to Steve Nash, who won multiple MVPs in this same time frame.
Yeah.
Steve Nash and the 7 Seconds or Less Phoenix Suns. So there's a lot of names out there that were dominating the league from one standpoint or another. If you're looking on the defensive end, you're thinking of the Tim Duncans, the Ben Wallaces of the world.
Yeah.
If you're looking on the offensive end, you're looking at Steve Nash revolutionizing the game um, with the way he was playing, and Jason Kidd before that,
Yeah.
who went to back finals with the New Jersey Nets, now the Brooklyn Nets. But say all that to say, I personally feel like Kobe might only have about two years on this list, and I believe those years would be the 2005 2006 season and the
Hmm.
2007 2008 season. 2007 2008 season. He's got two of them. So oh
Yeah.
06 and oh 08. Oh 07, oh 09, oh 10, oh 11, uh 2012, 2013. Those are all LeBron years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Yeah. I was gonna say '07. That's a LeBron year. Like that, in my opinion, that's a LeBron year.
yeah. Despite what how people may have felt about the 2007 finals, the 2011 finals, and all that stuff, we're talking about a guy who is at minimum making the semifinals of every single playoffs from 2006 when I guess he made the playoffs for the first time in '05. He's making like the semifinals minimum from then all the way until his injury season in 2017, 2018, or 2018, 2019, his
Yeah.
first
20.
year with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're talking about a crazy run of dominant numbers, near triple double numbers, from a guy who was on top of the sport for the most part, winning MVPs in some of those seasons that they're saying that Kobe Bryant was the best player in the league, which completely disagree.
Yeah.
Um, so that's where I'm at with those Kobe years. If we want to go up to 2012, 2018, what you think? And,
Yeah. Hold on, let me get the exact year right. I have it pulled up here. I think so it would be 15, 16 on this list. I think Steph Curry has 15, 16 on this list. If a debatable one is 15, I think 16 is probably just that step. Like he revolutionized basketball, right? I mean, like I'm not the hugest Steph Curry fan. That's literally no bias. That's just not my favorite type of way to play basketball and watch it. But yeah, I mean, it's almost an undeniable season, right? That was the unanimous season from him for MVP. I have his stats here pulled up. I just want to make sure I get the numbers right. 30 points, two steals, 6 assists, 5 boards. I mean, this season, 50%. I mean, 40% from three, 50% from the field, or 63% from the field. And where's free throw? Where's free throw at? Where's free throw percentage?
90 something.
Yeah, 50, 40, 90 club. Like the unanimous MVP. That's a year I give to Steph. So drop Kobe out of 07 for me, put LeBron into there, put Steph in for 16 and 15. Another year that's very questionable to me was 2021, having Giannis in that 2021, and I believe he won MVP that year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was the last year of Giannis. But
I'm pretty
Kevin,
sure he won it in like 19 and 20.
was it 1920? I can't remember who won it in 21. I do not remember.
It was
I'll have to,
probably Jokic.
would that be? I think that would be Jokic. It was because the Suns played Jokic in the playoffs that year. Yes, that's right. It is Jokic. Yeah, no. 2021. I have Kevin Durant in there. That was the toe on the line season in the playoffs. If you guys remember in Brooklyn, that was my favorite year of Kevin Durant's entire career. I had a lot of fun watching Kevin Durant that year. Let me pull up his stats for the people, just so I know exactly what his numbers are for that season. Yeah, coming back from that was what year did I say? 21. He played
21.
35. He played 35 games that season. But obviously, like he's still like insane. Like like he came back from injury and it almost seemed like he didn't miss a step. He tore his what do you call it? His Achilles in the year before, and obviously it's just a biased outlook for me. Because and it's like kind of like his Kawhi thing, that playoff run from Kevin Durant does shade a lot for me for that year. But yeah, no, Kevin Durant in the 2021 season, even though playing 35 games, he didn't really miss a step.
All right, circling back to the LeBron years, 2012, 2013. I concur. I feel like I was watching the best player in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
2014, I believe Kevin Durant was the best player in the world for 2014 and for 2015, actually.
fair.
Um, Kevin Durant felt like he was a cheat code, and that's the nickname I gave him when I watched him play. Uh, so I was like, oh, well, that's clearly a cheat code because there's
Yeah,
literally nothing you can do once he gets the ball in his spot. You can't push him off his spot because as skinny as you think he is, he's way stronger than he was his rookie year.
yeah,
You can't move him off his spot. He has the handles to set up his shot, and he'll do it directly in front of you and shoot directly over you as a 7 footer. So
yeah,
um, I definitely recall, and he won an MVP in one of those years. I believe it was the 2014 season. The
yeah.
2015 was Steph Curry, but I think Kevin Durant was the best player in basketball, and that's the reason why a lot of people fell over themselves when he joined the Warriors as a free agent in that 2016 2017 off off season that summer before the 16-17 season. And the only reason that ever happened was because the NBA TV contracts ran out. They renegotiated, got a huge bump,
Yeah.
cable bump, and instead of you know gradually increasing everybody's salaries to kind of match what the TV contract is, how the TV contract is performing,
Yeah.
They decided not to do any smoothing and just raise everybody's salaries and to meet the salary cap. Now all of a sudden you got people who are MVPs that can
Join.
fit max cap space into a
Yeah.
team that went to the NBA Finals and was 73-9.
Yeah.
Um, and to everybody's credit, everybody had cap space at that time. So
Mhm.
it's basically what you could do with it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Miami filled that space with you know, random players. I think that was the year Tyler Johnson, Dion Waiters, um, what's his name? Something Johnson, James Johnson or something like that. Those are the guys who got paid during that summer. I think maybe Hassan Whiteside around that
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that was like
but there was a bunch of random players who got crazy money during that year. It was a great time to be a free agent. The agents
right.
during that time got crazy paid. But anyways, you had Kevin Durant, a guy who many considered the best player in the league, going to a 73-9 team who just lost a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. And they romped in 2017. They went in, even though there was a Clipper team that felt like they could beat them. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, all that stuff. That team lost a 3-1 lead to my Houston Rockets um, in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Uh, I believe, yeah, and that was the year that I told you to do some research on this. I wanted you to, because you went on a long trip not too long ago, I think
Yeah.
to Africa, and I was like, I need you to watch this series, the Clippers versus the Spurs. I
Yes.
believe that
Yes.
was that
That
first
was
round
the series you
series,
told me to
and
watch. Yeah.
and that was one of the best playoff series I ever seen in my entire life. Or Chris Paul stamped himself right there, taking out uh, taking out a really good team. I think that was 2015, and then that year they lost a 3-1 lead to the Rockets, and then the Rockets lost in the conference finals to the Warriors.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm getting off track. So I believe that Kevin Durant 2014, 2015, and obviously it was Steph Curry in 2016. That was one of the most dominant offensive years ever seen
Yeah.
by any player ever. That includes the Michael Jordans and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's and Wilt Chamberlains of the world. 20, 2018, everybody talks about that 2018 LeBron year. I, I agree to an extent, but James Harden was so good that year. We're talking
Yeah.
about a
It.
December that included like a 60-point triple double against the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
That's
No,
insane
it was
stuff.
really 50-50 that year. I mean, that's one of my favorite years of basketball right there. It was crazy. I mean, like 60-point triple doubles. Are you kidding me? And then like LeBron doing what he was doing.
They were up 3-2 against that dominant Golden State Warriors team, by the way.
Yeah.
But Chris Paul got injured at the end
Injured.
of that game 5, and the Rockets lost two in a row, including the game 7 at home, 27 missed threes.
And then a player I
Yeah.
have that I'm surprised you didn't mention and somehow escaped my mind. And then when it clicked, I was like, what am I doing? Uh 2017, Russell Westbrook. That was the year after Kevin Durant had left. That was the first triple double we had seen since the Big O. Obviously, he won MVP that year. I mean, averaging it like he was 15 on your all-time list. I mean, averaging a triple double, and then obviously doing that seasons after, but that season was a little different. He was on something else that year, I feel like, than any other year. So I had Russell Westbrook in 2017 hitting the game-winning shot against Denver to get that last, or he had the triple double already, but to send Denver out of the playoffs and secure the 6th or 5th seed for the Thunder that year in the playoffs. So definitely Russell Westbrook on 2017 for me.
Yeah. The only negative about that year was that they were the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like the triple doubles were great, but it felt somewhat ineffective versus a lot of what else I was seeing in the league that year. A lot of great James Harden play that year.
It because that MVP race was, I'm pretty sure this is how it ended, was Russ. I think Kawhi was 2 that year, and then Harden was 3. It was one of those two. They were flip-flopped for the MVP.
Yeah, I'd have to check that. I'm pretty sure James Harden was second. I don't
This
think
is
Kawhi Leonard was ever that high, but it could be wrong.
Yeah. Oh, it was Russ, Harden, Kawhi,
Okay, cool.
LeBron,
See,
Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, Giannis, John Wall, AD, KD, and DeMar.
dang, I got a good memory. Anyways, shout out to John Wall. I heard he retired from the NBA.
Yes.
Or retired from basketball. He's been out of the league for a few years now. But yeah, shout out to him. I think he's got a announcing deal now, so he'll
Yeah,
be
with Amazon Prime, I believe. With Amazon Prime, I believe. But so this episode has to be a shorter episode. Hidro's got some things to do. You can share that if
got some things to do. I'm gonna be out, man. I'm going on my first European trip. Should be exciting. Uh, I'm going to Italy, Greece, and Malta on a long about 2 week trip, which is good. Get it out before the season start. We can get it kicked off and rolling real quick. As soon as I
Yep.
get back, and wrap up the rest of our dead ball reviews around the league, and just check out everybody else's off seasons and see how they're playing out. And we can start with our predictions and find out what's going on,
Yeah.
what we think is going to happen for the 2025-2026 season. If LeBron James is going to get another ring, is he going to retire? We know
Is he
Chris
gonna get
Paul is going to
another
retire.
MVP?
Yeah, we know Chris Paul is going to retire. This is
Yeah,
his
Chris
last season,
Paul's
and
done,
he's
man.
back with the Clippers.
Yep.
Um, yeah, just a lot of interesting dealings to figure on. Then all these people trying to come back from these Achilles tears that
Yeah.
happened throughout the playoffs, which was super crazy. So very interested to see who would come back.
We're in
Who's
for
going
an
to come back
exciting,
and win? Hmm.
a very exciting season. But let me pull up the banner. Let me pull up the banner. We'll let you get your stuff packed, and we'll let you go on your way. Obviously, make sure to follow us on at the Hardwood Huddle on Twitter. But where can they find you, Hudro?
Man, I am at the Hero Joe, ThaHeroJoe on X, formerly known as Twitter, and also on Instagram at the Hero Joe. And you can find my articles on BellyUpSports.com. And I just want to give a shout out to Louis Joseph, my dog who passed away. 16 years old, passed away this weekend. Very sad news. So just wanted to give a shout out to him. Appreciate you, buddy. And we'll see you on the other side. How about yourself? Where can we find you?
Got to give a shout out. You can find me on Twitter at Hammy2004. Hammy spelled Hamie, not Hammy, as usual. I've been kind of active today and yesterday on Twitter. I feel it's kind
About
of
time.
fun. Yeah, right. It's kind of fun going on there and just kind of scrolling the interwebs and just seeing what other people are posting in article wise and just sharing it to the people, because I know a lot of people aren't reading too many articles anymore these days. So I'm like, hey, I'll try to be the voice. In my opinion, I'll be the voice. I'll be the voice. But obviously, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Hammy2004. Obviously, like I said, you can find us on Twitter at Hardwood Huddle. The Hardwood Huddle was taken. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, use Opus Clips. Our affiliate link in the description below. Hidro's latest article on BellyUpSports.com is there as well. Thank you to BellyUp Sports. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. It helps us out a lot. All right, Hidro, have a good one.
I'll bring pictures, man. I got you.
Yes, bring photos. Gotta bring the